individuals, you know.
Okay, and last point there, of course, you quoted Manly P. Hall, one of the most, in my book, most evil people in the world because he was involved in the Illuminati. But also you had Aleister Crowley, and there was a quote from his book, Magic in Theory and Practice.
Right.
And Ted Gunderson gave me some pages there from, you remember the chapter on the blood sacrifice? The best one was a young, blonde, of innocence, a boy.
There's a case in point.
And but let me finish, okay?
Okay.
And my point is, he has a footnote there quoting Prater in his memoirs. In 15 years, he did 150 sacrifices per year. That's 2,250. I met a supporter of this man down in Atlanta. He videos some of my events, and he said that Prater was actually Crowley using a pseudonym.
That I don't know anything about, but I can certainly tell you that those quotes that have been taken from the book Magic in Theory and Practice have been totally misinterpreted. This is a case in point I was just talking to you about, Doug, is that people take one little line from Magic in Theory and Practice about the child sacrifices and so on without even printing the whole passage. People need to go to that area of the book. In fact, they need to go to the book and read it about the incredible, beautiful, the spirituality of that man and of that book have yet to be brought out. They pick on one little diatribe. He was addressing in that book false magicians. The quote is actually directed not to the ordinary reader because he was a magician. He printed his books for his own magical society and for other people practicing the occult arts. And he also knew that a bunch of maniacal, black magician type people were following him around and misinterpreting his works. These people are always having that problem. And when he wrote those pieces, he was addressing these people because that's what they wanted to hear. And if you read the footnotes to those passages, it says, and anyone who goes and believes what I've just said and does this is an idiot. It'll be like today, somebody saying something on TV with a sort of, tongue-in-cheek type of way. Now, people always, bash Crowley. My God, that man, we have people in power today who dwarf the kind of, if he was, malign, my goodness, what we have today with these people's champions doing infinitely worse. So we need to do our homework there. Again, he was a man who had some very, pernicious parts to his personality. But so does a lot of other people. So do the people ruling the world today. Did you know that he stood up against Zionism? Do you know that he also pointed out the child sacrifices that have been happening down through the centuries of the world? Do you know that before Christianity even became involved in this world conflict against the establishment, that it was white occultists who were fighting it for thousands of years? Christianity is a very recent camp on the valley of the army, right? You're a very welcome contingent in the fighting against universal evil of principalities and higher places. But don't ever forget that Christianity is a new contingent to the fight. Long before the Christians even knew that this stuff was happening, 25,000 years ago or 30,000 years ago, when it was in Egypt, when it was ruining Egypt, and when it was ruining Atlantis and Lemuria, it was people that Christians called occultists that were out there trying to heal humanity and save the world. Now, you've brought your tents, and you're armed up, and you have some very great truth. But there are many encampments in this great army. The Christians seem to want to turn on the other encampments and fight everybody and say, you, down with you, we're the only guys. No, you're 2,000 years old, and evil is dating from way back before that. Next question.